Hello, and welcome to Healed and Restored. I'm your host, Elza Spaedy, and it's so very nice to be here again with you today. I've been gone for a little while, I guess a couple of months I haven't done a new show, and it's so nice to be here and to have a new guest with me and to just, this is such a privilege. You know, I've been doing this podcast now for over a year, and it still blows my mind of how God has opened the doors for me to do something I love, which is talking to people, hanging out with people, and hearing their stories. So this is really a cool thing to do and so much fun. And I thank God every time I'm here that He opened the doors for me to be able to do this. And I love to hear stories of people who devote their lives to helping others around them. My guest today is one of those people. Klarissa Byers is the founder and president of Renewed Inspiration. Renewed Inspiration is a nonprofit organization located in Charlotte, North Carolina, that provides serenity for at-risk teenage girls overcoming environmental, academic, and social challenges. I love what they do at Renewed Inspiration. I was able to meet Klarissa last year and through a friend, through Catherine Farley, and I quickly realized that Renewed Inspiration and Healed and Restored had a lot in common. You know, both organizations were created to help young women heal and thrive regardless of their situation and life's circumstances. Right away, I could tell we were connected. There was a connection there, you know. And so last summer, Healed and Restored had the privilege to hold a date retreat for the young women who are part of Renewed Inspiration. We had a wonderful time doing lots of fun things with the main topic for the day being how to deal with life's struggles without allowing them to define us, right? And it was a beautiful, beautiful 5-6 hours we spent together. Our beautiful friend Juliet Hirsch opened her beautiful home on Lake Norman, and we used mostly of her outdoor area, and the girls were able to have lots of fun in the lake too. Right, Klarissa?
Right.
It was a beautiful day. So let me welcome Klarissa to the podcast. It's so nice to have you here today.
Yes, it's nice to be here. I'm really excited.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited to have you. I remember that day thinking two things really stood out for me when we hosted the young women. And one of them was how they were very determined not to let their life circumstances get in the way of the opportunity that might come their way.
Right.
And that is so wonderful. And I think it has a lot to do with having you and the other ladies as their mentors. You know, helping them see that it does not matter where you come from or what you've gone through or your life circumstances. God has a plan for you, a beautiful plan for you, you know, and just learn to open yourself up to those plans, right? Don't close yourself in. And so I love that you're teaching these young women those things. Those very important things, you know, so they don't allow their circumstances to get them stuck at a place which sometimes not a good place for them. Correct?
Correct.
But before we go into all the details of your beautiful nonprofit organization, I like for my listeners to hear a little bit about your background, who you are, and all of that stuff. So go ahead, Klarissa.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Charlotte. I attended West Charlotte High School,
Okay.
where I played varsity basketball all 4
Ooh,
years.
you go, girl.
There, and then I pursued my college education at Winston-Salem State University,
Okay.
where I obtained my bachelor's degree in sports management,
Mm.
and then later pursued my master's degree in business administration
Okay.
at Strayer University, and got other certifications as well. Went to CP, did a bachelorette program, paralegal program.
Wow, good for you, girl.
And so that's pretty much it. And a lot of things I like to do to reset. I like to travel and explore different spas to reset quarterly. So I
Good
like
for you. You got to tell me more about those spas you've been
Right.
in. I don't do enough of that, and I should.
Yeah, so very relaxing. So I do a lot of research to see like where the best spas are in
Do you
different
travel
cities.
around the country for that?
Yeah, different states and
Oh my God, Clarissa.
Yes,
We're
so-
going to have to talk about that.
yeah, so that's what I really love to do.
I love that. I love that you have a love for something so good for you because you need to recharge.
Right.
Because you can't give what you don't have. So for you to be at your best and be able to do what you do for these young women, you do need to recharge your batteries. Good for you. I am so glad to hear that you take the time to take care of yourself.
Yes.
Because it's so important. And because you're teaching the young women that they need to do that, you're being a great example. I hope
Yes.
that they know that that's what you do for yourself too.
Yeah, they know.
Good. That's very good. Well, thank you. Thank you for introducing yourself. And now comes the question that I really love to ask all of my guests, and that is, what is that one wisdom or advice that someone has given you that has stuck with you?
Yeah, so about a year after I started Renewed Inspiration, I wanted to still inspire the girls over the summer. So I would have conference calls and I would look up different inspirational quotes
Okay.
and acronyms. And I ran across one by Robert Kiyosaki, his acronym FOCUS, which stands for Follow One Course Until Successful. So I've been living by this acronym since I ran across it, to stay focused, stay committed no matter what happens.
I love that.
And so that's been one of my biggest, advice, motivations that I
Yes.
share with the girls and just live by
I
that.
love it. It's so simple, but yet so important. And focus is actually my word for the year. I don't usually do that, but this year I felt a really strong pull towards that word. I felt like the Lord was really trying to tell me that I needed to focus. Focus first on Him, second, my family, and then this nonprofit that He has guided me. So focus, make sure that I know what I'm here for. And I think that's such a good thing because we can get sidetracked so easily,
Right.
especially today. Don't you agree? Where we have, we're bombarded with information overload, and you see one thing and you're like, oh, I want to do that. You see another thing, oh, I might want to do that. Oh, look at that. So it really does help to have a focus on something and know what your focus is, know what your goals are, so you can focus on them. Thank you for sharing that. I love it because I think, again, every time we hear something different, a different wisdom, it's something that we can add to our own wisdom and then continue to pass that on to other people. Don't you agree?
I agree.
It's all about that. You find something precious, you learn something good that has helped you. Why not pass that on to other people? Right? We're here for that. We're here to share everything with each other, to live in community. And that's a beautiful way to do that. Let's talk about what motivated you to start. First of all, how about you tell our listeners in your own words what you do and what Renewed Inspiration is all about, please?
Yeah, so Renewed Inspiration is an organization for disadvantaged teenage girls. Our goal is to provide an outlet, a peaceful escape, a nurturing environment to help push, motivate them to succeed. That's the main goal. And we really focus on health and wellness programs to teach and educate them on healthy living. So our programs are geared towards, healthy eating, physical fitness, the importance of meditation, and all of that. So
okay. Beautiful. I love what you do. I was able to go visit you and the young women months ago. I guess it was last year at your location in Charlotte, and I was very, very. I was blown away by what I saw. You meet with these girls every Tuesday night, I think? Wednesday nights, and you put together this beautiful night where you teach them so much throughout that evening, and it's so beautiful. And you had young women from all ages. I think it was like 12, the youngest maybe, and you had them into their 20s.
Right.
Different ones obviously have been coming longer, and they can then teach the younger ones or talk to inspire the younger ones. What you're doing, it's something that's very dear to my heart, which is mentorship. I think it's so important that we mentor each other. Right. Young women need to be mentored by other women that know a little bit more, that have a little more experience, that can come to them and say, in love, and say, I want to help you. I want to help you maybe not make the same mistakes that I made. I want to teach you how to be the best version of yourself. I want to help you see that taking care of your body, mind, and spirit, it's something very important. Because we're connected, body, mind, and soul. If we let go of our body and we don't take care of it, and we don't care about what kind of food we're putting in, and our health is not well, how can we live our best life, right? You can't. And these young women are not learning that in school, or maybe a little bit here and there, but not enough. Right. So the type of program that you have with Renewed Inspiration, I think it's so important. It's so important to have them, and they should be in every city. Young girls are hurting, and we need to help them. Right. And thank you for what you're doing. We're going to take our first break, and we're going to come right back.
The Carolina Catholic Parish portal is now open. You'll find a section for your parish with contact info and easy access to your parish website, YouTube, and Facebook page. Check out your parish portal today at carolinacatholicradio.org or the Carolina Catholic mobile app.
This is Tammy Harris. I am the founder and executive director of the Ursus Institute. We fight human trafficking both locally and abroad. I'm also a parishioner at St. Gabriel Catholic Church in Charlotte, as well as the Respect Life coordinator there. I urge you to check out my website, www.ursusinstitute.net, or to reach out to me personally at my email, tammy@ursusinstitute.net. Ursus is Latin for bear and is spelled URSUS. And my first name, Tammy, is Tammy. We're involved in many operations right now, such as opening a transitional home for survivors in Western North Carolina. We're involved in a documentary about our work and about the realities of human trafficking both locally and abroad. We're also giving input into anti-human trafficking legislation, involved in intel operations and rescue operations. There's many other things I'd like to share with you, and there's many ways that you can get involved. So I urge you, please text me at 704-519-7901, email me at tammy@ursusinstitute.net, or check out our website, www.ursusinstitute.net. And again, Ursus is spelled URSUS. And please be assured that this human trafficking nonprofit works against trafficking in a way that is aligned with Catholic social teaching. Thanks for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Kathleen. Please join us every Wednesday at 5 for a brand new episode of our show, Joyful Echo.
We absolutely love sharing this time with you. It goes so fast.
Oh my goodness, yes.
We are so committed to praying to the Holy Spirit and seeing what He wants to do in all of our lives.
That's right. Sometimes we're sharing scripture. Sometimes it's something about the saints. When time permits, we will share lovely recipes.
Yes, Kathleen will, because I'm not the best at that lately, but we want you to join us. And if you're new out there and you've not tuned in at 5 o'clock on Wednesday, please come and join us.
Yes, and until then, we are praying for you.
See you later, ladies.
Carolina Catholic Radio is here to encourage Catholics to learn, love, and live their faith. We're here to go into the breach when the active parishioner leaves the pew, when the inactive or fallen away Catholic needs reminding, and when a Christian is searching for answers only found in the church that Jesus Christ started with His apostles over 2,000 years ago. Please consider making a one-time donation or monthly pledge today. For more information, contact us through our website at carolinacatholicradio.org.
Welcome back to Healed and Restored. I'm your host, Elza Spaedy, and if you would just join us now, I've been talking to my friend Klarissa Byers, and she is the founder and the president for this amazing nonprofit organization called Renewed Inspiration. So Klarissa, just before we left for break, you were talking a little bit about what Renewed Inspiration is about. Now let's talk about how you, when and why, and how you were inspired to start this. I love to hear the backstory of every great idea has a backstory, right? Mm-hmm. And obviously Renewed Inspiration is a great idea. It's something I truly believe God planted in you. You know, He planted the seed. So when was the seed planted? Take us back and show us that walk, please.
Yes. So a little after I graduated, I was looking for employment, and I found myself, I landed a job in Charlotte Mecklenburg schools.
Okay.
So I was connected with a lot of girls and children, and I saw a greater need for helping girls. A lot of girls would connect to me that didn't really have the resources. My hands were really tied to really help them.
During the school day, right?
Yes, during the school day. So I felt led to start an organization to really be able to connect with the girls on a deeper level outside of school.
Sure.
So you know, I was inspired to really, a lot of the girls I saw didn't have the parental support. And I was blessed growing up. I had my mother really supporting and pushing me. I had both parents in the home. So my goal was to provide that same nurturing parental support for these girls that I saw was really struggling, reaching out for attention, reaching out for that motherly love that they didn't get at home. So that's really what pushed me to start Renewed Inspiration.
That's beautiful. See, I love that. You saw a need, and with your big heart, God already knew that. He already knew that if he planted that seed, you would run with it.
Right.
So how long ago was that, Klarissa?
Okay. A little after maybe 2010,
Okay.
he really started dealing with me about it, and I was laying in my bed and just playing around with words.
Oh my gosh,
And
that's beautiful.
he gave it to me, renewed inspiration.
Okay.
And I presented it to a few of my friends. They was like, yes, that's a great name, you know. So
It is a great name. And did you find support right away? And you know, where would you hold these meetings? What was this going to look like? How was that for you in the beginning?
the first conversation actually was at my job at Connections. I'll never forget. I was in a lunchroom with one of my coworkers, and I mentioned it to her, and she was like, yeah, that'll be a great idea, you know. And I just sat on the idea for about 3 years.
Okay.
You know, I was a little nervous.
Sure.
And then I went ahead and filed the paperwork in
Okay.
2013. And then one of my other friends, she kind of motivated me to do a back to school event in 2015. And then I said, if I do the back to school event, I'm going to start Renewed Inspiration in September after the back to school event. So,
Okay.
And that's what happened.
That's
So,
beautiful. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And another example here with your story is how we all need each other. Right? How these connections with other people, how your friend listened to you and was encouraging you,
Right.
because we need that, right? I mean, God gives us these ideas that sometimes become missions. I feel like that's a mission.
Right.
Renew Inspiration is a mission. You and all the people on your team, all the women that come and help you, there's a mission behind this work. And what the mission is to help young women thrive.
Right.
You know, it's beautiful. And a lot of times when God plants a little seed in us, we who are believers, we are still afraid because we don't know where he's
Right.
asking us to go. And we're afraid that he's going to ask us for more than we can handle. But as you and I now understand, being on this other side of starting nonprofit, and mine is, Healed Inspiration is a lot older. You've been around a lot longer. You've been established for a lot longer. But still, we know now that when he asks us something, all he's really looking is for us to say yes, because he's going to provide for everything else. Don't you agree, Klarissa?
Right, I do.
I mean, I'm sure you can attest that you've had tons and tons of help from other people.
Right.
I follow you guys on Instagram, and I love seeing all the different donations you get for the girls, the fun things they get to do, go into Charlotte and borrow these bikes from bike shops, right? Is that
Right.
was one, I think, last week. I was like, that's so cool that you approach these people and they're happy to help.
Right.
That's what I'm finding out with Healed and Restored also, that people are really eager to help.
They are.
They know there's a need. They know that they need to help because we feel more fully alive when we are helping other people. Don't you agree?
Right.
Nothing else really matters. No money, no amount of prestige, nothing else matters. We were made to serve one another, and that's what you're doing. And I applaud you for that. And you know that I'm a big fan, and I would love for us to continue to work together, because I think your mission and our mission really are so similar.
Right.
You know, we're there to help young women, to help them see that they're not alone, that together with enough support system, enough help, you can get through anything and thrive. And imagine how these young women are going to give back later.
Right.
I mean, I'm a big dreamer, so I think ahead. I dream of the future, and I dream of the stories. You know, I just love the stories. I love to hear how people are changed by other people's kindness. And I can see it in your face. I wish my listeners could see that you have this beautiful glow about you. You just love what you're doing, and you do it out of love. And it shows, because I've been with you with the girls a couple of times, and I can see the love you have for them. And they love you too, Klarissa, which is beautiful. They know that what you're doing for them, it's something special. So keep up the good work, Klarissa. I love it, love it, love it. Let's move on to a story. And that's also one of my favorite parts, right? I love to hear a story of a young woman that you have helped in this last 8-9 years, and how she has moved on and she's doing great things. I mean, can you give us a little glimpse into one of those stories, Klarissa, please?
Yes. One of my greatest success stories is witnessing my first college graduate this past year. She graduated from UNCG, but she had a lot of different circumstances she had to endure. So she was one of the first girls when Renewed Inspiration was first started. I believe I met her sophomore year.
Okay.
And I was there. She was in the program up until she left and went to college. And the second week of college, her mom was tragically killed
Oh, my goodness.
in a car accident. And
Wow. What a trauma for these young women.
right. So, but she still persevered. She still made the dean's list. Wow. She was on the poetry club at the school, and she worked a job.
Wow, that's amazing. I love that story. What's her? Can you share her name?
Yeah, her name is Kashonda Smith. I did tell her I would share her story.
Oh my gosh, I would love to have her on the
Right.
show.
Yeah. So
That's beautiful.
yeah. So that was the greatest success story so far.
Wow.
You know.
I know you're going to have many more of those, Klarissa, because really that's all they need is a support system. It's to know that someone out there really cares for them and loves them unconditionally, loves them exactly where they are. I mean, this young woman probably felt broken, right? And she was in a lot of pain.
Right.
But you continue to welcome her and love her and talk to her and be there for her. Because really that's all we need. We need to be there for one another.
Right.
Wow. Yes, I cannot wait to hear where God is going to lead her in her life,
Right.
and how she's going to be paying it forward, because you can't help but do that. Once you've been helped in a deep way like that, it's just a human nature, I feel, that you're going to go on and you want to spread that to others. And just think of the ripple effect. Right? Wherever she's going to move on, is she going to stay in the Charlotte area or no?
She's planning to move to Florida to pursue additional education there in the
Okay.
arts. She's very talented in the arts.
That's
so.
awesome. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. She's going to move on to Florida, and there she's going to spread the mission, what she learned from Renew Inspiration. She'll be able to pass that on to other young women.
Right.
I love that. I absolutely love that. You are doing an awesome job. Keep up the good work, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need help, right? And I think you do ask for help, as you should. This is a big undertake, you know what I mean? And I think you have a good crew of women working by your side too, which is so important. I met a couple of them when I came over that day, and when we had the retreat for the girls last summer. But yeah, I mean, we need more people like you, Klarissa.
Oh, thank you.
More women like you that understand that not always lost, right? I mean, you have a lot of people that complain, oh, young people these days and blah, 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 and blah. All they do is complain about them. But what are they doing to help them
Right.
thrive, to help them stay out of trouble, right? To help them to find their gifts and understand that they are valuable, because sometimes that's all it takes. It's someone helping these kids, men and women, young men, young women, focus right? Sometimes, because a lot of times they don't have the support system, the proper support system at home, right? With the breakdown of the family, and most of the time it's one parent raising kids by themselves. It's a lot of work. It's impossible for them to do it all. That's why it's so important to understand that we do need a community. It takes a village to raise good people, to raise people that are going to turn out and to be these amazing adults that are going to give back. Right. It takes more than just the parents. It takes people like you know what I mean, that goes out of their way and start new, you have the courage to start new programs that can help young people. We're going to take one more break and we're going to come right back. Thank you.
Carolina Catholic Radio is an important evangelization tool in daily life. Whether you're in your car, at work, or working out, it's a great time to learn, love, and live your faith. Catch the Spirit. Prayerfully consider a tax-deductible donation today at carolinacatholicradio.org.
Carolina Catholic News. Are concerns of anxiety, loneliness, or depression plaguing you or a loved one during this time of uncertainty? Catholic Charities Diocese of Charlotte's mental health counseling program is available to help. The agency now provides telecounseling sessions, which means that more people across the entire diocese can access mental health counseling. Telecounseling is offered through an easy-to-use and secure HIPAA-compliant platform. People use their computer, mobile phone, or tablet to have a one-on-one confidential session with a counselor. The online sessions last about an hour and include the same quality and types of services as in-person counseling. Counseling is available to individuals and couples, and bilingual counseling sessions are also available. All mental health counseling staff possess a master's degree in either psychology, counseling, or social work, and are licensed to provide behavioral health care in North Carolina. Operating within the social teachings of the Catholic Church, they consistently provide professional, evidence-based therapeutic interventions in treating behavioral health problems, ranging from relationship, stress and adjustment problems to acute and chronic mental illness. Services are provided on a sliding fee scale based on income and health insurance coverage when possible. Access to a computer is needed to receive these services. Go to carolinacatholicradio.org, news section for all the details. For the Carolina Catholic News, I'm Pam Cullen. God bless y'all.
Carolina Catholic Radio is working to create a series of women's conferences as an extension of our Joyful Echo, Accountable Catholic, and Healed and Restored shows. Catch the Spirit, show your support, and get involved. Contact us through our website at carolinacatholicradio.org.
Welcome back to Healed and Restored. I am your host, Elza Spaedy, and today I have the pleasure of having with me my friend Klarissa Byers, and she is the founder and president of this amazing nonprofit organization called Renewed Inspiration, located in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Klarissa helps these young, at-risk young women stay out of trouble too. And you mentor them. You do so much for them. I saw it with my own eyes, but I want you to try to walk us through so the listeners can understand exactly what your nights look like and how many girls are you serving on a regular basis, like every Wednesday. How many girls are coming to Renewed Inspiration?
Yes, about 10 to 12 girls every Wednesday night. We start at 6:30 and end at 7:30.
Okay.
And right now we're partnering with Southview Recreation Center. So we're trying to expose more girls to the program in that area.
That's
so we
awesome.
shifted from our program location, and we've
Okay.
been there. So right now we're doing a wellness program. Our focus is on meditation, self-care, physical fitness, the importance of that. And we do 10 weeks of that, and then we're going to do another 10 weeks with something that we had our cooking program. So we do 10-week increments programs. So
That's a great idea and great way of doing it too. So right now, on a Wednesday night, what does that night look like for the girls?
yeah, so right now we have our two of our board members are facilitating the programs. So they come in, have different activities for the girls. Then we break and then have lunch with the girls and sit and chat. But we try to have activities that are very engaging. So
So you're face to face
Right.
and a small group gathering, which I love that.
right.
That's what really makes the difference. It's
Yes.
small gatherings. You know, from my own experience, I think I learn best. I take more when I go to a small gathering than when I go to some big fancy something. Right? Even with retreats, I like to do a retreat every year, and I found that I like the smaller ones.
Right.
I like the ones that are more personal, you know, and I do enjoy that small group kind of talk, and I bet the girls do as well, you know. Tell us about who are some of the companies that have been helping you throughout the years, and how do you approach them about this?
Yeah, so some of our main sponsors include Ross Stores, Publix, Whole Foods, Harris Teeter, QT,
Okay.
just to name a few.
That's awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome. Are you the one that approaches them usually, or do you have someone in your team that goes out and approaches all the companies for help for
Yeah.
the nonprofit?
I've been doing it myself. Yeah, so
Yeah, I can see you being good at that because it's something that you truly believe in, and when someone comes in and they have a love for that mission, automatically I feel like it's contagious. The other person feels like it's a cause worth giving because you're on fire for that cause, right? And I
Right.
think that really does help and makes a difference, and it continues to help you thrive and help the girls thrive the more help you find within your own community. I'm a true believer that we really should act locally, think globally, right?
Right.
But we all should be acting within our own little community and trying to make a difference there.
right.
You know what I mean? Instead of trying to stretch our arms way too far away and neglecting your own backyard, right?
Right.
And I know that you agree with that because you stay within your own neighborhood. You want to help those girls in areas where maybe you have families where you grew up and you know that, which is so beautiful. And they can relate to you because you came from that same area. So you love them and you love exactly where they are. You know, tell me about those moms because I saw them dropping them off when I was there. I bet they so appreciate what you are doing for their daughters.
Yes, I love the parents, and especially one parent, Miss Kelsey's mother, Miss Lisa. Sometimes I go by the house, they will cook for me. We sit and talk, and
see?
she's so appreciative of what I've done for her daughter,
That's
and I just really
beautiful.
appreciate her.
That's beautiful. Yeah, it's again, it's this beautiful reaction that happens, right? You help, and they want to help, and that's how it should be. You know, one of the worst thing I feel that this COVID pandemic has brought upon us is this lie that we need to isolate.
Right.
Because it is a lie, right? We cannot live without each other. We were made to really thrive in community,
Right.
and not apart from one another, right? So therefore, I always say community is one of the most important things we need, even more than food. I think we can go without food longer than we can go without community. And think about all the young people and the problems with mental health that we're seeing now, so prevalent. I feel like it has a lot to do with them not having a real community, because the young kids now are growing up with this it's a community, but it's not a community that you and I grew up with, where you just walked over to your friend's house in the afternoon and you were talking face to face. Now it's about texting and all that other stuff that, in a way, the small community thing, they have really missed out on.
Right.
Don't you agree? And that's why I feel it's even more important now to bring about the stuff that you're doing with Renew Inspiration, so these girls can get together and face-to-face hang out. You know what I mean? And they're learning together, and they're sharing things because they feel safe. They're in a safe environment. So they're able to share their pains, to share their success, and have other people cheer on them too, which is so important. Don't you agree, Klarissa?
I do.
These girls need and deserve that, and it's our job as people that have already been there, and we're a little bit older and hopefully a little wiser, right? Mm-hmm. To understand that it's our responsibility to give back.
Right.
How many people do you have on your team right now, women that help you on a weekly basis? How does that go? Who plans these nights? I hope it's not all you.
Oh, no. Yeah, I took my hands out. I'm letting other people help me,
Good for you.
take the burden off of me. So I have a great group of women who step in and help out. So about 5 to 6.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome, because you need that, and you need other people to, well, first of all, it's easy to say, oh, I don't need help, because we've been taught that, right? We can do it all and we don't need help. But it's a lie, too.
Right.
Because when we take on that attitude, and I've seen it with myself, and I try very hard not to do that again, is that you overwork yourself. And when you do that, you're not doing anyone a service. Right? Starting with yourself. Because if you're overtired, you're not going to be yourself, right? Like that saying, you're not yourself when you're hungry. You're not yourself when you're tired, right? So I'm really happy to hear that you have learned to let some of that go and let other women come into the fold and use their own God-given gifts to help too. And that's another thing we have to remember. We all have different gifts, and when you come together, right, 5 or 6 women with different gifts, I'm always blown away at the beautiful things you can do together. You know what I mean? And you can accomplish so much more in such a shorter period of time. So are you still teaching then? Is that your day job?
No, that was years ago, like 2008.
Okay, so what is your day job now?
Yeah, currently I work for Wells Fargo as an analyst in the legal department. So.
Okay, well, that's awesome that you can be here right now, girl.
Yeah.
Very flexible. Your boss knows you took your time. You were taking time to do this. That's awesome. I love that. Shout out to them. That's awesome. I thank you for being here. I just appreciate what you're doing for those girls. And my team and I at Healed and Restored would like to continue to help you, to collaborate with you, to put things together for the girls. So let's think of what we're going to do for them this summer, because I really would like for us to do another retreat for them. And like I just told you, now we have the access of this we can use this really nice house right across from our church in Huntersville. And that's probably where we're going to have the retreat for the girls.
Okay.
And so I'm excited to see them again, to interact with them, and to just kind of just give you a little hand. And maybe that day you don't even have to work all day. You can just come and like enjoy yourself a little bit. You know what I mean? Because you've been doing so much for them, and I know it's a lot of work. You have devoted a lot of your time to put this together for the girls, and I know you're going to continue to do that for years to come. I have no doubt you're not going to give up on this. This is your love, right?
Yes.
This is more than just something you do. This is like a calling from the heart. And when it's something like that, I really believe it doesn't go away.
Right.
It might look different 10 or 15 years from now, but it's not going to go away. You have it in your heart to help young women, and that's never going to change, right? And praise God for that, because they need your help. They need our help. So now, before we end the show, I would love for you to tell our listeners how they can get in touch with you, how they can help your mission, where can they donate to Renewed Inspiration. Go ahead and tell the listeners about that, please.
Yeah, so you can follow us on Facebook at Renewed Inspiration and at Instagram at Renewed Inspiration. You can also go to our website at renewedinspiration.org. You can make a donation there. Or we also have a Cash App, Renewed Inspiration, $ Renewed Inspiration. And also you can donate via PayPal, Renewed Inspiration as well.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you. And to all my listeners right now, this is a cause and a nonprofit that's really close to my heart. So if you're able, go and donate to Klarissa, because she's doing wonderful things for these young women, and she needs all of our help. And we're supposed to be Jesus's hands and his feet. And we're supposed to be helping those that cannot help themselves. So that's why I ask that you please consider helping them. Thank you so much for being here again with us today, and God bless you. Bye-bye.